once they receive the TIP, a TIP is a temporary instruction permit. If you're over 18, you can drive and get a TIP. You drive 30 days, you take your test. Let's talk about some other endorsements. One of you asked me, well, what about a motorcycle endorsement? That's great. You're telling me you're reading. Time is good. Let's keep going. You're telling me you're reading. That's good. But remember, I'm also going over information. Time is good. So what are other licenses and endorsements? Different states have slightly, you want to learn how to ride a motorcycle? You're going to need a motorcycle endorsement. You're going to have to complete class. You need to be between 16 and 17. You want to ride a moped? That's an unlicensed teen, 15 or under. You have to have parent approval. They will take your moped if you're riding in the street, being wild, doing donuts. They're going to take it. The police will. You want to drive a semi or a school bus? You have to have a special CDL endorsement, commercial driver's license with a group designation. You have to know about air brakes. You need to know about weight management. You need to know about load. Okay? Those things are extremely important. You want to have a chauffeur's license. I have a chauffeur's license and an enhanced license. With an enhanced license, I can travel anywhere in Canada, anywhere in the continental United States. Okay? I also have a chauffeur's license. I can drive a vehicle upwards of 12,000 pounds. After 12,000 pounds, I'm going to have to get a CDL. So again, there's a chauffeur's license, commercial driver's license, a moped license, and a motorcycle endorsement. Let's talk about the HTS again. This is on your test. I'm going through this information. You have it in your study guide. You must know this. You want to pass this class. If not, you're 16, you're 15, you're 17, you're 18. This is going to put you back 6 months, 9 months, 1 year. I'm not in your house. I don't know your situation. Maybe your dad is sick. Maybe you're living with your grandma. Maybe you're the only one that can drive. Maybe you waited long enough and your parents are like, we're not taking you anymore. You need to get your license. Okay, mom. Okay, dad. Or maybe they're making you pay for it. I don't know your situation, but you're here to learn. So let's talk about these 5 laws that govern the HTS. They are 5. Number 1, the National Traffic Motor Vehicle Safety Act. This is for vehicle emissions and recalls. Okay, let's pretend Ava is driving a 2027 Mustang. There's an electrical issue in the wiring harness. It doesn't work properly. You'll get an email or a letter saying, Ava, at your convenience, drive to the nearest Ford dealership. This will take about 25 minutes. Our technicians will drive your car into the work area. You sit in the lounge, you get a coffee, you get a donut, you're chilling. They're going to pull your whole wiring harness out and plug in a new one because there was a mistake at the manufacturing facility. Let's go to the next. Let's pretend Ashlyn is driving a 2027 Hellcat Charger, 707 horsepower. You got that big fast car. Young. The National Highway Safety Act establishes general guidelines for safety concerning vehicle registration and inspection. So let's pretend you live in New Jersey. Your vehicle has to be inspected every 6 months. Maybe your mom or uncle works at a high-performance dealership. They modified your car. It's illegal. You don't have your catalytic converters on there. Your car will not pass the Vehicle Emissions Act because you took the catalytic converters off. It makes about 20 more horsepower, but your car is illegal. So your dad is like, honey, you got to bring your car in. We got to put these special catalytic converters on that will make your car emission legal, but you can still have about 15 horsepower. Okay, I'm giving you some clear examples. Next, let's go on to the next one. Let's pretend Ben is driving. Ben is driving from Hawaii. Ben, you're going to get on a plane. Then you go to Los Angeles. Then you go to Texas. Ben, all the traffic lights, this is the Uniform Traffic Control Act. All of the traffic lights are the same shape, same color, slightly different locations. Some traffic lights are vertical. up and down. Some traffic lights are horizontal, left or right. But across the United States, you have 3 lights. You have a red, yellow, and green. So Ben doesn't get confused, but he understands in some states, the lights are vertical, up and down. Ben doesn't get confused. So let's say in Las Vegas, Nevada, he's visiting his uncle, who's the engineer for Ford, and they're doing testing in Death Valley. The traffic lights are horizontal. Next, state government. Okay? Let's pretend that Andrew is driving and there are federal laws. Just pretend Andrew, your dad, drives the semi-truck. He owns the semi-truck company. He's got to follow the state rules. The semi-trucks have to be licensed. They have to have the proper insurance. Your drivers have to have updated driver's license and CDL endorsements. They have to have a proper logbook. So when your dad's drivers drive, say from Texas to Kansas to Nevada, they're all licensed, they're all certified. So the state government has guidelines, the federal government has guidelines to make sure the drivers are safe.